Well, this story is a Christmas classic. It is Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, and it is headed to the theater in Van Wert, their Van Wert Civic Theatre. And joining us today, two of the cast members. We'll go start at the top. We have got at the top Ken Mark Ward, and he plays Scrooge, and at the bottom, Paul Briggs, and he is Bob Cratchit. And thank you both for coming today.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so this is a holiday classic. Most people know the storyline. So, Ken, let's start with you. Is there more pressure that you have to play Scrooge in the way everybody thinks, or can you just take it and kind of make it your own?
Well, it is kind of interesting. Usually, when you have a part, you're either a good guy or a bad guy. Of course, here's one where you have to be both at different times. But one of the things I was thinking about when we worked through this is, even though the audience knows Scrooge is a bad guy, Scrooge just thinks he's practical. I mean, why would you waste money on more coal when you could just put on a sweater? Things like that. So how to make that come through? The audience basically has to hate him at the beginning of the play and then love him at the end. It's quite a transition.
It certainly is, and that's probably a little bit of a challenge for you.
Yeah, it can be, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Paul, let's talk about being Bob Cratchit. I mean, everyone feels sorry for him, really.
Yeah, his story is very a sentimental story, I guess. His family's kind of the heart of this, and what happens with, of course, Tiny Tim, and everybody knows. And I start off the show very scared, kind of Scrooge, I think, and then even at the end, a little bit scared of Scrooge at the end, to be honest. But it's a good redemption story, and that's why I'm always drawn to this show.
Right. Yeah. I mean, even though through time, I mean, the storyline and the whole spirit of the holidays with redemption and things, it lives on now, right? So I mean, it's an important message, no matter what time period this is in.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So when you guys are on stage, do you think about that? Portraying the storyline, so people think about, oh, this really is my life too, from the characters on the stage.
Yeah, I think so. We were always told, I was always been told by the director, it's the happiest place in the world. And even though they're poor and don't have any money, and obviously there's health concerns, it's always the happiest part of the show, and everybody's very happy there in Cratchit Land for at least the first act. And then, it's very emotional at the end. But yeah, I think it translates well to today.
Right, yeah.
Good books, movies, plays, they always have a setting, but the reason they last is because what is in the story doesn't matter what year it actually is. The things that were true in 1840s are still true in 1940s and will be true in the 2040s.
Right, yeah. Okay, so you guys are opening the first weekend and the second weekend in December. So this really is like perfect timing to get people in the mood and take some time out. I mean, because we're so hustle and bustle. Don't you guys think that your show is like the perfect, hey, take a break, come watch us?
I know somewhere in the neighborhood, a third of the seats have already been sold. People are putting in their holiday reservations, and so that's good to see.
Definitely it is. I think this kind of show is a good break from, all the hustle and bustle and thinking too much about, gifts and things.
Yeah, maybe you've wrapped up your Thanksgiving holiday by then, and you're not quite into the busyness of going to a school concert or something like that. And with 8 shows, hopefully that'll fit people's schedule. They can pick one of those.
Right, yeah, exactly. So rehearsal's been going well. I mean, is there some singing in this too, or not?
This is a non-musical.
Okay.
Yeah, no singing. Well, just a little background.
Okay, all right, good. So I didn't know if there was singing in this version or not. So tickets are for sale now. As you mentioned, they're already going. So quickly get your tickets before the shows get sold out. There's the information on the screen. I think this is a Christmas Carol, a great season opener for us to enjoy in early December. So thank you both, Paul and Ken, for joining us today to tell us about the Christmas Carol at the Van Wert Civic Theatre.
Thank you.
Thank you.